Welcome to the channel, guys. No, you haven't gone on the wrong channel. This isn't Oleg or any other silly name. It's Buddy. Good boy. He's assisting me with today's review because no other reason than he's just being a nosy little bugger. So good boy. What we're doing today is I got sent a free watch winder. Yes, this is a paid promotion. They haven't paid me cash. What they did is they sent me this for free, because I think what they did is they did a bulk email to loads of us YouTubers that do watch related stuff. And I think what they did is they just hope that we will accept a freebie, and who isn't? I accepted happily because Miranda was very polite and she said, would you mind choosing a watch winder up to the value of $300? And I said, of course, and it's very easy to do. But the one I wanted was only $150 and it was out of stock. So guess what they did? They sent me this monstrosity. 8 watches you can fit in this bad boy. So if you fancy this one, the link is in the description. And there's also a little promo code in the description as well, and link to their website, watchwindermall.com. So thanks to them for sending me this, and I've actually been enjoying this little gadget. It's been very useful, and I'm going to just flip this camera around and show you what it's like close up and show you the features. See what you think. So this is first for the channel, something that's not watches for a change, but for us watch lovers, it's a handy little gadget to have. And some of you will disagree. So here it is. Look at it. This is where the magic happens. And I'm standing looking at, I've had to set my tripod up because this thing is huge. So unfortunately, my friend here, Mr. Minch, cannot assist us with this task. He's just not equipped. So I'm going to start with the stats and the specs of this bad boy. So the width of this is a foot wide, 300mm, 30 centimeters, and the height to its highest point is the same, 30 centimeters, and then the depth at its deepest point is approximately 320mm, 32 centimeters. So it's a very bulky unit, but it doesn't actually take up any more space in my place that I had my previous little watch storage box. It's just taller, so it's actually totally fine. It's not as bad as you think in terms of taking up space. And the door opens down this way, which is very nice. Check that out. That's a glass front in here, and the entire unit's made out of wood, but then it's cleverly wrapped very neatly with this faux carbon fiber finish. There are loads of other finishes on the website. You'll see you can get piano black, you can get dark pine effect, you can get bamboo, genuine real bamboo bamboo. You can even get, on some of their models, you can get ostrich leather and things like that. So they got so much choice. The prices vary wildly, so you can go from a single unit to something like this, where you've got the 8 slots for different watches. And some of you, before you burn me down in flames for having quartz watches in here, if any of the astute of you, I've got some eco drives in here and my Veyer field watch, that's quartz. This isn't just a watch winder. This is also a display case. Now, the reason why I say that is because you can deactivate the bottom 2 sets of winding mechanisms, or you can activate or deactivate the top. And I will spin this round in a bit to show you the controls for this. What you can do is you effectively can choose to have the top 4, the bottom 4, or all 8 turning, but you can't have individual pairs of watch winders turning. So you basically have to choose your top or your bottom. So it depends on what works for you, but I generally have a few nice quartz watches, as you can see. I'm wearing one now, so that's why that slot's empty. I'm wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Marathon general purpose quartz today. So it's a way of displaying your watches all neat and tidy, all very pretty, and you can see them easily. They're not lying flat, they're sort of up facing you at a nice angle. It's a really nice way of actually getting to see your watches a bit easier and what's going on in there. So as I said, you're going to be allowing full control for the winding. You can have them all off, all on, and I'm going to spin this round and show you all the function controls at the back. This is so different to filming watches. It's not as easy. It's such a different thing to film. It really is. As you see, it's got this gorgeous carbon fiber effect over the entire thing. And while we're at the back, You can see the key. That's not to stop someone, if they break into your house, stealing your watches, because all they got to do is unplug it and run away with it. This is for, it says on their website, it's for stopping the kids opening the case and thieving your watches. So I do worry about people's parenting skills if their children are into thieving jewellery, but it's good that they've included that, and a good peace of mind knowing that you don't have to worry about this. You can see me kneeling. Lucky I'm wearing clothes. Anyway, this is the controls for the watch winding. So these will adjust on and off effectively, and all the different settings for the top and the bottom winding functions. This is the on and off for when you open the hatch, the door, sorry, the winding stops. But if you want it to keep winding whilst you open the door, you just flick this switch here to off. So it's whatever you've got set here, it will keep winding. If you want it to stop when you open the door, you turn that switch. So when you open this up to get your watch out, it will stop, which is what you want. And this is for the light, but I'll show you that when I flip this back round again the other way. And that's on and off for the entire unit. Then the switches here, the way it works is you've got, it says in the manual, but you've got effectively off, spinning both ways, spinning one way, intermittent left and right, and then constant turning. You've got a lot of control over the functions. And then you've got, like I said, you've got the top 4 and the bottom 4. So you've got a lot of scope with adjustment, and the same applies to many of the other units. Depending on how many banks they've got for putting your watches in, you've got that adjustability and scope for easy use of turning on or off. You can just leave it off and have it as a beautiful display case. It's really down to you. Now I've unattached to my tripod, so I can give a few close-ups on the beautiful polished chrome hinges, and when you open up in here, just look at the finishing here. It's really, really nice, I must say. But considering how expensive these are, this was about $600, but that's not including any discounts. That you'd expect it to be incredibly well made, and it is. You know, all the little areas of detail have been done really well. It's even got little pads here, so when you shut it, it's quiet and soft. Very nice. So let's see the party trick of this. I wouldn't call it a party trick, it's more for illumination. So we've got this little switch in the back. Oh, look at that. If you're a nerd like me, it's just cool to have a little bit of LED lightage going on with your watch display, I must say. If you're going to have a watch display, might as well have it lit. It is cool. I do like that. So what do I like? What do I dislike? Let's start with the likes. One, I like the amount of scope of adjustability you've got with this. I love the fit and finish. It really is stunning. The all the aspects of how the door opens and closes, it feels so neat. All the attention to detail has been beautifully manufactured. It really has. Attractive design. It really looks contemporary and modern. With all the angular edges. It doesn't look like the old-fashioned type watch display cases. So what's cool is you get in every single one of these winding mechanisms, you get these gorgeous, really well made squishy pads that you basically would attach your watch to really easily. So it's a 42mm case size watch, but there's plenty of room to go bigger. If you've got a tiny little watch, I've been putting this in here just for display purposes, the 34mm Marathon general purpose quartz. That's its slot there. Obviously that fits on there as well. You've got a lot of squidge, so if you've got really small wrists and small watches, you can easily fit this on. If you've got a big watch, it's going to still grip on there nicely. So I've got no complaints really for how easy it is to use. Nothing hits, nothing clashes. Negatives, I don't like the fact that there's only the light at the top. The key isn't always very easy to turn, so that's not as crisp as I would like it to be. I don't like the faux carbon fibre. I would prefer the bamboo or maybe just a piano black, but then it's a static and dust magnet. I mean, you literally spend forever polishing this thing if you have it out, because it's just seems to just attract static and dust. The thing that I do notice is it started off silent, but when these motors are turning, sometimes it rattles. Effectively, it does rattle occasionally, and that can be a bit annoying, especially if you have it in your bedroom. You have to turn it off overnight, otherwise you think someone's creeping in your door. But otherwise, it's a good bit of fun, and there's loads to choose from. There really is. If you don't fancy this one, there's loads and loads and loads to choose from. So like I said in the intro, just check out the link in the description. Go to watchwindermall.com, see what you think. I've not been paid in any way to say what I've said. It's literally give my opinion, share the link, and I will get, I think it was 2% commission if you buy anything from them. So follow the link, and then if you buy anything, that's great, but it's down to you. Now, some people would argue these are not great for automatic movements and things like that, but if they were that bad, these kind of things just wouldn't exist. Because I've had problems with overwinding a watch myself by hand because of the hand winding mechanism. So I could argue that hand winding a watch is not good for the watch. It's difficult because people will say it's not meant to be this, it's not meant to be that. If you're right, you're right, but these wouldn't exist if they were that bad for keeping your movements ticking along. Having to constantly hand wind it to give it a boost, adjust the time all the time, adjust the date wheel, that's going to cause wear as well. If you don't wear your watches all the time, you run out of power. This is a good way of just keeping things topped up. Another issue I found with this is the controls. They are really, really awkward. The fact they're around the back, it's a pain in the backside, because if you want to make any adjustments, you've got to move this hulking great foot square cube just to get to the adjustment, and just sort of twizzle it and then look really close to see what the setting is. It would be cool if it had the dials or adjustment all at the front, and I know they do have the models that do that. So that is actually better if you can have it all at the front. You don't have to move it again and mess about. You plug it in and leave it, and then you can make any adjustments on the fly just by opening the front, or if there's anything else, it should be at the front. This is annoying that it's at the back. That's what I've been sent this in for review for, is to pick out these things and discuss how it could or may not benefit or annoy you. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth a look. There's definitely going to be something that's going to interest you. So I hope you've enjoyed this totally different review than you normally see from me. It's been a bit weird for me, I must say. I'm so used to doing watches, but I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.